momentum and then fight up the hill, I guess. I don't know. Ask me how I know that. that day. A, research your route better. And B, just, yeah, I'm not sure what I should have done different. It was a lesson learned anyway. I shouldn't have taken that road, basically. It's just too fuel station's closer, but normally I would top up in burner, but both their diesel pumps were blocked off for some reason. Kids too. Well, I don't, so yeah. This road is not normally this busy. Come down this road in March, it's empty. Everybody's going to the cottage, to the beach. And why not? Not everybody's a workaholic. Still going. I guess I needed fuel. Back from delivering that load of tires I had on. It went south of the 401 on Cullinan Road to a little town called Brownsville. And I'm just back at the home farm here. See what adventures I can get up to. Maybe I'll actually wash the truck this time. One can dream. They got Zeke a car. Bunch of sisters having fun. Did finish that last haylage job yesterday. It sounded like it started to rain as they finished, and then it let loose and poured here. That was over by Stratford, so they got a little more over there, but yeah. I'm actually going to try to get this thing washed. See if I can. There. Another week of trucking's pretty much done. This week was, I've kind of lost track. Say 4,700 kilometers or so. So not too bad at all. And yeah, if I don't get interrupted, I'm going to clean this truck because it really needs it. And I need to wash my towel. Gross. Yep. Let's fire up the pressure washer. Well, it's not professional, but it's sure a lot better. Makes me happy inside to have clean things. We were pouring some concrete. I guess we put some extra concrete there. The rest of it was used in the barn here. So this room right here is Robot 3, which we put in last year. And this area is going to be the holding pen for sick cows or pregnant cows. This one's probably more for sick cows. But anyway, right here we're putting in some free stalls, I guess. And that rubber is for the cows to lie on. It's got water in it. Anyway, this is Robot 1, I think. That's Robot 2. So here we have the holding pens. So the ones in here are sick or recently calved. Most of them recently calved. We keep them separate just so that we can monitor their health a little better. And then this pen are the nearly dues. So the ones that are about to pop. So the idea with that new pen that we're putting in is we'll take some of the ones out of that pen there, and it won't be quite as crowded. That's the main theory. Juno's out for his rounds. It's just about done. That goes up here and pushes all the feed over. Goes all the way up to the other end of the barn there. Makes a right, and then it comes back down this side along the dry cow and heifer pens. Those big fans are awesome. It's nice and cool in here. So yeah, now it's just going back to his charging station over there. And yeah, it gets lost sometimes. It'll go out, or it'll get stuck up against there or there. So this is an example of what those tires get used for that I haul all the time. The main haylage bunk. It's almost empty, which is good because second, third, and fourth got to go in there. There you got some corn silage, cob meal, much garbage that will be moved. That's wet brew. Some kind of supplement feed for the cows. There's your regular corn silage. So the plan is to feed out, to empty this one just before corn silage time this fall, and then we'll feed out of that little bunk which has corn silage in it as well, while we fill this bunk and then let it ferment for a little while. So yeah, those big bundles, it's just all little single sidewalls of the truck tire. And you use them to cover the bunks. Let's go take a look at the corn. What day is it today? June 12. June 12, yep. Ah, it's pretty good. That sprayer guy needs to get in here. Definitely. So it's supposed to be up to your knees by, is it July 1st? It's already almost there. And I'm 6 feet tall, so the crop looks pretty good. Excavator's waiting for his next adventure, which will be, so we just built this pad where the first cut haylage is. Poured it like 4 days before we put the feed on it, which isn't really what you're supposed to do. There's a chance of the concrete cracking under the stress because it didn't have enough time to cure. Anyway, we bought that excavator this spring and have been putting it to work. So I dug all that out while I was gone trucking. Then we had poured this pad, yeah. Anyway, all this junk, that herb trailer is just used for storage. But a lot of that other stuff is, well, junk. This will all go away, and then the cement pad is gonna go all the way down, basically where those wagons are. So then we'll have 6 bunks. 7 bunks, if you want to count where the green feed is. Yeah. Ooh. We use all block walls because you can move them easier and you don't actually need permits to build them. because they're not technically a permanent structure. But what happens occasionally is that. So we're gonna take those blocks out, bring the excavator over. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll just use the loader. Dig out behind them, and then put the blocks back, but obviously on that kind of angle instead of, yeah. Ooh, this 724 loader needs a bath. Big time. That's one of the 720s on the mixer. When I started here, we had the same brand but smaller. They seem to work really, really good. This one's got the rear unload, which is nice.